We're here today to celebrate a great collector, Emmanuel Christofides, who was born in 1928 and sadly passed away 5 years ago in 2020. And his collection of primarily Song ceramics is hugely varied, just in the same way that he was. Emmanuel, known as Manos, was actually born in Alexandria in Egypt. It was a highly cosmopolitan, multicultural place with some tremendous collections. And so it's no surprise that he, like many others at the time, got interested in collecting. He loved the shapes, the forms, the glazes, but also very much the provenance and the history. The fact that objects came from highly reputable dealers at the time meant a lot to him, as it does indeed today to present collectors. So when we look, for example, at this really magnificent bowl, it's a Longchuan Kinuta bowl, which dates to the Southern Sung dynasty. When we say Kinuta, it's often a reference to a very particular shade of glaze, emulating jade. This piece was acquired by him from the well-known dealers of the time, Spink & Son. Before we even speak about the actual piece, it's really important to note the very large number of labels. In the sense of Chinese art and objects with history, it certainly adds a lot. This belonged to the collection of Alfred and Ivy Clark. This piece was so highly appreciated and admired that it's been in no less than 5 exhibitions. So in terms of history, it really is one of the best objects that one could really hope to own. But beyond that, it has a really rare shape, this sort of conical shape. It's really this just wonderful light blue glaze, so typical of the Junyao kiln, one of the 5 classic wares of the Sung dynasty. One of my other favorite pieces is this just absolutely beautiful Dingyao jar, which dates to the early Northern Sung dynasty. First of all, it has this very typical yellowish ivory translucent glaze, typical of the Dingyao pieces, with this lovely white clay body. Before we even turn to the very beautifully and crisp decoration carved around the sides, it's really interesting that it has the rare incised guan mark. That means that this was made most likely as an official piece presented to the Sung imperial court. Next piece I'll be looking at is this really remarkable brown glazed Dingyao mallow-shaped dish, which Emmanuel Christofides acquired from Eskenazis. A wonderful object, very thinly potted, but absolutely perfect in shape. And it's amazing, to imagine that a dish such as this has survived for about 1,000 years. And then we have here this really impressive, large Yaozhou celadon glazed bowl, acquired from Priestley and Ferraro. What I love about it is really the amazing decoration of a deer eating lingzhi. It represents the wish for long life, as well as deer being also related to success in one's career and prosperity. Referring to just the 2 pieces at the back, we have this really highly impressive molded Dingyao dish. And one of the rarest features about it is really the design in the center with rockwork, an element which would have been of great appeal to Sung dynasty scholars. And the other one I would point is really the exceptionally impressive Meiping, Sizhou, beautifully carved, and one of the most favorite pieces that belonged to Emmanuel Christofides. This is just a small selection of the collection which will be offered at Bonhams, London in May, and we can understand why they had great appeal to Manos, and in his own words, they brought him great joy both in rougher days and in sunnier days. And I certainly hope and I'm confident that it will do the same to the next collector.